Hi guys, I want to share with you the latest details for the Google Pixel 5 release date and price, along with the Pixel 5 rumours and along with the latest Pixel 5 specs right after this. So for all the latest tech news, gaming news, and reviews and comparisons, don't forget to press subscribe and don't forget to press that bell. Every year there are certain phones I just can't help but get excited about, one of which is the Google Pixel 5. The main reason why I love these phones is because of the Android vanilla experience, and I want to tell you the latest on the Pixel 5 along with what we know about the Google Pixel 5 launch date and the Pixel 5 price. First, do you own an Android or Pixel phone? Maybe you are awaiting the Pixel 4a launch date, or maybe you are a die-hard iPhone fan. Either way, let me know below in what phone you currently own and what is going to be your next phone. Is the Pixel 5 on your shortlist? Let's talk Google Pixel 5. The Pixel 5 is facing big challenges, and the phone hasn't even been released or announced yet. We still haven't even had the Google Pixel 4a release date and price announced officially. But when the Pixel 5 launch date is announced and when it comes out, Google's next flagship will face stepped up competition in a key area where the Pixel has always stood out. That would be none other than mobile photography, where the Pixel camera has always enjoyed a great reputation for taking superior pictures. Last year's Pixel 4, for example, still ranks as one of the best camera phones thanks to its depth of Google's software-powered photography. But other phones are closing the gap now, and in some cases they've even topped what the Pixel can actually do. Since the Pixel 4 camera arrived on the scene, Samsung has rolled out a trio of top camera phones led by the Galaxy S20 Ultra and its 108 megapixel resolution and 100 times lossless zoom. Apple's iPhone 12 is expected to arrive before the Pixel 5 this year, unless production delays push back the rumoured September launch, and camera improvements will still again be at the forefront of changes Apple introduces. It's unclear how Google might respond, but one theory suggests that the Google Pixel 5 specs might not try to match the processing power of the best phones that Samsung and Apple have to offer. Instead, it would put an even greater emphasis on photography, possibly by adding more lenses. Whatever Google opts for, it will need to address some of the flaws from the last year's Pixel, which include dim displays and that really disappointing battery life. If the Pixel 5 specs can deliver hardware more in line with the competition while also bringing to bear the strengths of its software, this could be a big year for the Pixel, especially if they also get the Pixel 4a release date revealed very soon. However, for the Google Pixel 5 release date, Google has been remarkably consistent with when it rolls out its new Pixel flagships. The Pixel 4 debuted at October 15th on an event last year, before shipping 9 days later. That was a week later than the announcement and the launch of the Pixel 3 in 2018. Before you ink that date into your calendar that the Pixel 5 launch date will be mid-October, keep in mind that the coronavirus outbreak is having an impact on consumer goods assembled in China. For example, some reports claim that Apple may have to delay the full launch of the iPhone 12 because of factory closures and travel restrictions related to the disease. And Apple is hardly the only phone maker to have its devices assembled overseas where the corona impact has been most severe. Keep an eye on shifting release schedules for all phones, including the Pixel 5 here. To that end though, John Prosser, a phone leaker, says here that the Pixel 4a's Google budget smartphone may not be announced until July, and sales won't begin until August. It's not that the phone isn't ready or anything, but Google is reportedly holding back the Pixel 4a release date because of marketing conditions. So how does that impact the Pixel 5? Prosser says the delayed Pixel 4a rollout could push back the release of the Google's flagship phone too. For my own predictions, we may not actually see the Pixel 5 until around a month later after the 4a barely blue colour releases. So in my opinion, the Google Pixel 5 release date could be early to mid-November, when we would be able to get our hands on this handset. For the Google Pixel 5 price, the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL started at $799 and $899 US, which were the same prices that the Pixel 3 debuted at. It will be interesting to see if Google holds the line on its smartphone prices, given that the cost of flagship models have been trending slightly upwards. The Galaxy S20, for example, starts at $999, $100 US more dollars than the Galaxy S10's debut price, while Samsung cut the cost of last year's S10 model by $150 US. While it wouldn't be shocking to see the Google Pixel 5's price climb towards the $999 starting point that the Galaxy S20 and the iPhone 11 Pro have both reached, Google would have to make the new phone a much more substantive upgrade to justify this price hike. Google could wind up going the other direction instead though, cutting the price of its flagship phone to better compete with more expensive rivals. A Reddit user posted a survey that Google reportedly sending around to gauge reaction to smartphone prices, and the survey includes a phone fitting with the Pixel 5's descriptions and a starting price of $699 US. If true, that is $300 US less than what you can get a Galaxy S20 for. We're likely to once again see a Pixel 5 and a Pixel 5 XL according to the source of Pixel 5 rendering. How Google distinguishes between those two models remains still to be seen, though traditionally the big differential factors between the regular Pixel and the XL version are the screen size and the battery. So for the Pixel 5 design, we have already had a handful of leaked images of the Google Pixel 5, led by CAD rendering of the back of a Pixel 5 XL published by Front Page Tech, who reportedly one of these three potential designs for the smartphone. With the exception of the centering the camera module and running it all the way to the top of the frame, this isn't a significant departure from the Pixel 4. The rest of the back appears to be the same frosted glass look that Google has relied on in the past. For the Pixel 5 display, there are no rumours yet regarding display in the Google Pixel 5, but with the Pixel 4, we saw Google step up to a 90Hz refresh rate on an OLED with Full HD resolution, or Quad HD if you're looking at the Pixel 4 XL. On the Pixel 4, the screen's refresh rate will drop to 60Hz if the display gets too dim. Although Samsung made the jump to 120Hz across the board with the Galaxy S20 line, it's possible that Google will stick to 90Hz for another year with the Pixel 5. That refresh rate is still an improvement over the 60Hz rate that's common on most top-end phones, while not putting a big strain on battery life like 120Hz does. For the Pixel 5 camera, while we're thrilled with the results that we got on the Pixel 4 when testing what the phone 2 cameras can actually do, there's one notable missing feature compared to other top flagships. The Pixel 4 doesn't have a wide-angle lens, though that could be changing with the Google Pixel 5 due to ultra-wide being used so much now. The CAD render of the Pixel 5 that has been the source of so much speculation over Google's upcoming phone shows off three lenses on the back of the phone. Presumably that is a wide-angle camera joining the standard and telephoto lens already found on Google's phones. Beyond the basic focal length, there are no rumours yet on the precise specifications for any of the lenses. Moving on to the Google 5 specs then. Earlier this spring, Qualcomm touted about a dozen phones that feature its latest system on chip, the Snapdragon 865. The Google Pixel wasn't included, but don't panic, Qualcomm's list only features phones that have already been announced. Since past Pixel flagships have featured the best Qualcomm chips available, it's a safe bet that the Snapdragon 865 is coming to the Pixel 5, just like it will be found in the most of the best Android phones coming out this year. Or that is at least what we assumed until 9to5 Google got its hands on the camera app for the upcoming Pixel 4a release. Within that app, there's code related to the Pixel 5, which suggests that the phone will actually feature a Snapdragon 765G system on chip. The Snapdragon 765 is a mid-range processor, unlike the high-end Snapdragon 865 found in phones like the Galaxy S20 models. That would suggest that less processing oomph would be inside the new phone, though the 765 does have an integrated 5G modem. The G variant of the Snapdragon 765 lineup is optimized for gaming, with faster graphics rendering and support for hardware and software tweaks aimed at mobile games. If Google does opt for the Snapdragon 765, it's unlikely that the Pixel 5 would challenge the upcoming iPhone 12 in terms of speed tests. The A13 Bionic in the current iPhones already outpaces the Snapdragon 865 in newer Android phones, and that's before Apple introduces the A14, what is expected to power the latest iPhones later on this year. However, a demo showing the Pixel's faster transcript speed suggests the Pixel 5 won't be completely overmatched. RAM, or memory, has historically been a weak point of the Pixel lineup, with the Pixel 4 finally breaking from the 4GB of memory that came with its three predecessors to offer 6GB of RAM. We have no specific details leaked yet, but the hope would be that the Google at least raises us to 8GB of RAM with the Pixel 5, as we see competitors like Google move to 12GB as the baseline for its high-end flagships. Storage, another sore point with the Pixel 4. It offered only 64GB in the base model in a year when Google dropped its offer of unlimited original quality photo storage in Google Photos for Pixel owners. Given the focus of imaging with the Pixel line, Google needs to move this up to 120GB as standard. So how about the Pixel 5 5G connectivity? No matter which processor powers the Pixel 5, you can expect 5G connectivity. The Snapdragon 865 doesn't come with an integrated 5G modem, but Qualcomm requires phone makers to include its X55 5G modem with the chipset. Every Snapdragon 865 powered device announced as of this writing, in addition to the Galaxy S20 family as well, the chipset is also found in the Sony Xperia 1 II and the OnePlus 8, for example, and it features 5G connectivity, and it's all but certain the Google Pixel 5 will follow suit. However, if Google turns to the Snapdragon 765 instead, that processing power includes a 5G modem, so either way you look at this, you're gonna get a Pixel 5G. So moving on to the Pixel 5 battery life. There are no rumours regarding the size of the battery in the Google Pixel 5 yet, but it'll be one of the most sought after details, and when we know everything, you bet we'll be making another video with those details. The battery size and battery life of the Pixel 4 in particular was a concern last year, and it was equipped with just a 2800 mAh power pack. The small battery limited the Pixel 4 battery's life, and it lasted just roughly about 8 hours of general use on most battery tests, roughly 2 hours less than the average smartphone. the Pixel 4 XL fared better thanks to its larger 3700 mAh battery, but its 9-hour and 45 minute or so time is still below what we'd expect to see in a leading smartphone. For software, of course, the Pixel 5 will have Android 11 out of the box. The latest betas for Android 11 are looking promising, but as there was no Google I/O this year due to COVID-19, we didn't get to see all the details, and Google are keeping their cards to themselves with Android 11 key features. So the future for the Pixel 5 is a bit hit and miss at the moment. Google made some relatively simple mistakes with the Pixel 4 hardware, such as the small battery size, limited internal storage, and the omission of a wide-angle camera, and yet still managed to deliver a solid but unspectacular overall device. And feedback from that phone gives Google a roadmap for better success with the Pixel 5. Last year's Pixel 3a success and the expected arrival of the Pixel 4a in the upcoming month should also help define a better position for the Pixel 5. Instead of being a phone that's close to but not quite in the class of the iPhone and Galaxy S Note devices, the Pixel 5 can position itself as a true competitor to those well-established handsets. We still have a lot to find out about the Pixel 5 and probably many more months of rumours and leaks, so stay tuned to find out just what the Google Pixel 5 will deliver when it arrives later this year. Well guys, that is the latest news and rumours we have on the Pixel 5. If we do get any more information, as you can gather, we will let you know. If you have liked watching this video, don't forget to press like, and also if you want to hear the latest gaming news, tech news, reviews and comparisons, please do subscribe and hit that bell button at the same time. Until next time guys, bye.